Have you ever been in a workplace conversation where you understood the topic but still did not know what to say naturally? Someone asks you for help, someone explains a problem, someone gives you unexpected news. You understand the grammar, but the short phrase you need does not come out quickly. This is where many non native speakers get stuck. Not because their English is bad, but because real English workplace often depends on small phrases, natural phrases, the kind professionals use without thinking. So today, let's begin with a simple workplace story. Don't worry if every phrase is not clear yet. Just listen to the situation first. A manager says, "We need two people to help with the client presentation." Anna says, "I'm in." Ben says, "I'm out this time. I've another deadline." Later, Anna says, "This presentation is getting difficult." The manager says, "I hear you. Let's narrow this down and keep it simple." Then the computer system crashes. Ben looks at the screen and says, "That figures." A few minutes later, the client sends a long list of comments. Anna says, "That is a lot. Far out." Finally, the manager views the presentation and says, "This is by far the strongest version we have made." Did you hear them? "I'm in, I'm out." "I hear you." "That figures." "Far out." "By far." So these are short phrases, but they have lots of meaning in them. They do the real work. One helps you join, the other helps you decline, refuse. One shows you you're listening. One reacts with frustration. One reacts to surprise. And one makes a comparison stronger. "I'm in" helps you to join something. "I'm out" helps you to decline, to refuse. "I hear you," "I hear you" shows that you are listening. "Far out," "far out." So this one reacts to frustration. Ben was frustrated. Far out. When you're frustrated, you can say, like Ben with his computer, "That figures." "That figures." Or if you're surprised, like Anna when she received a long list of questions, "Far out." "Far out." Or when you're the manager saying that this is a strong version, this is a good presentation, "by far." That means compared to something else, this is by far the best. These are not textbook sentences. You will not find it in textbooks. They are real phrases people use in meetings, emails, teamwork, deadlines, and daily office life. They help you sound less translated and more comfortable in professional English. So the first phrase, "I'm in." "I'm in" means I support this. I will join. It's short, positive, and natural. Use it when someone suggests a plan, a project, an activity, or when you want to say yes. "Yes, I'm in," or just "I'm in." For example, your workmate, your colleague says, "We are putting together a small team to test the new system." You say, "I'm in. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to be in," meaning I will join you. But be careful. "I'm in" does not mean that you're physically inside the room or inside the office. It means that yes, I'll join. Yes, I will support this. Second phrase, "I'm out." That's just the opposite. So "I'm out" means I can't join. I'm not available. It's the opposite of I'm in. But again, this does not mean about being physically outside the office or outside the house. It just means, no, I can't take part. I'm out this time. For example, if someone says, we may need a work call at 7 tonight, you can say, I'm out. Sorry, I'm out. I have a family commitment at that time. But I'm out can sound direct, so often soften it. You can say, I'm out for tonight, unfortunately. Or unfortunately, I'm out for tonight, for this time. Not I'm out tonight. You're out tonight means you're physically out in the shops, out somewhere else. When you say, I'm out this time, meaning don't forget me next time, please. I'm only out this time. So, I'm in means yes, I'll join. I'm out means no, I can't join. So, both are short and natural. But I'm out needs little care. You must say, sorry, I'm out this time. Unfortunately, I'm out because I've got a family commitment. The next phrase, I hear you. I hear you does not only mean I can hear your voice. In workplace English, it often means I understand your concern or I understand your point. Imagine your colleague says, this deadline is getting difficult. A good manager might say, I hear you. Let's look at the priorities. This means I understand what you're saying and I'm taking it seriously. It's very useful for leadership, for teamwork, and for empathy, for understanding, for showing understanding. But do not use it in a fake way. If you say, I hear you, and then ignore the person, it will sound empty. Use it when you really want to show that you are listening, that you're understanding. Next, phrase 4. That figures. That figures means that makes sense, that you're not surprised, but it often has a slightly negative feeling. It sounds tired, you're annoyed, or you're cynical, you're frustrated. That figures. Oh, that figures. Using the example from the story earlier, Ben said, the system crashed during the update. Another person says, that figures. This phrase is useful for listening because you may hear it in real office conversation. But be careful. In formal meetings, use a safer phrase. That makes sense. I see why that happened rather than that figures. Phrase 5. Far out. Far out. Far out is an informal reaction. It can mean, wow, far out. Really? Or it can mean, that is surprising. Far out. It's far beyond my expectation. It's far out. Or someone says, the whole team has to redo the report tomorrow. Redo. You might say, far out. That's a lot. That's too much. That's far out. Some of these phrases are casual, especially this one, far out. So it's not a formal presentation or a serious phrase, but in everyday spoken English, especially casual English, you may hear it when someone is surprised, impressed, shocked, overwhelmed, far out. Now, phrase 6, by far. By far is different from far out. Far out is a reaction, by far is a comparison. By far. It means clearly the most, much more than the others. It is a very useful phrase in presentations, reports, praise, and comparison. For example, this this was by far the best quarter this year, the best result this year. This means that this period of accounting, this quarter, this 3 month period was clearly better than the previous ones, by far the best. You can say this is by far the clearest version of the proposal, of the presentation. Or she, she is by far the most experienced person in the team, by far. So notice the word order. By far the best. By far the most useful. By far the biggest problem. By far the most experienced person. Now let's return to the story. This time you know the phrases. Listen again and feel how they work in the context of this story. A manager says, "We need 2 people to help with the client presentation." Anna says, "I'm in." She's saying yes, she will join. Ben says, "I'm out this time. I'm out this time. I have another deadline." So he's not physically outside. He means he cannot join this time. Later, Anna says, "This presentation is getting difficult." The manager says, "I hear you. Let's narrow this down and keep it simple." I hear you. I understand you. He's showing that he understands her concern. Then the computer crashes, and Ben, who has a deadline, says, That figures. That figures." He's not surprised. He sounds a little frustrated. "That figures." And a few minutes later, the client sends a long, long list of questions. Anna says, "Far out. That is a lot. Far out." She's surprised and a little bit overwhelmed. This is too much. Far out. Finally, when the presentation is finished, the manager reviews it and then he says, this is by far the strongest version we have made. This is by far the best, the clearest version, the clearest presentation we have made." So he means it's clearly the strongest, the best version compared to the others. Now the phrases are not just words, they are part of the workplace situation. Someone joins, someone declines, someone listens, someone reacts, and someone compares. So let's practice it together. I'm in, I'm out this time. I hear you. Fair enough, that figures. Far out, that is a lot. This is by far the best option. Now, in workplace sentences, when we combine these phrases, I'm in, I'm happy to help. Or I'm out tonight, I've got a family commitment. I hear you, let's look at the priorities. Let's look at it together. That figures. The system, the computer system has been unstable for weeks. I'm not surprised, that figures. Far out. The deadline is tight. Far out. She's surprised, she's a bit annoyed, she's overwhelmed. Or, this is by far the clearest version. This is by far the best of the lot. So for non-native speakers, these small phrases are powerful. They help you sound less translated and more comfortable in professional English. You do not need long, complicated sentences all the time. Sometimes the most useful English at work is short, simple, and natural. If this lesson helped you, please like the video and subscribe for more practical workplace English with Dr. Ho. It tells YouTube to show this to more non-native professionals who need clear, calm, useful English for real work situations. For today, choose one or two phrases and use it in your own sentence. I'm in, I'm out, I hear you. That figures. Far out. Or by far, this is by far the happiest day of my life. Then practice it out loud. Find the situation to use it until it feels natural and rolls off your tongue.